Oh, that entrepreneurial journey can be such a roller coaster ride of emotions, can't it? It is just so easy to walk away and go take on some traditional job sometimes, at least in my life. I know when those hard obstacles hit, sometimes you want to give up. You get so overwhelmed, and the hardest part is not having anybody to help you. You don't have that leader in your workplace that you can go to say, hey, how do I fix this? What needs to happen? You're going out in the world and you are coming up with all of the solutions and creating everything on your own. And as much as that can be incredibly liberating and freeing for many of us, it just can also sometimes make it a lot more challenging when we are learning new things and navigating into new areas of our business. But at the end of the day, we keep going. We don't give up. We figure it out. We push through. And that's what it takes. That's that type of resiliency needed to make it as an entrepreneur. And we all keep going for our own reasons. We have our personal whys that live inside of us that stop us from giving up and keep us going towards our greater mission. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to remind you of your why so that you can easily access and tap into it when things are getting tough in your business, because I don't want you to give up. The world doesn't want you to give up. You've got this. You can do this. So let's get clear on exactly why we're doing this in the first place. I think that there are two different types of whys. We've got our fear-based whys and our dream-based whys. Our fear-based whys are tapping into all of the reasons why it would really suck if we failed or if we weren't doing entrepreneurship. They're basically fueled by running from the alternative. You know, when I was in high school, I dropped out of school to go work full-time in a restaurant. And while I was doing that, I hated it so much that became my why to get my act together, go to college and make something of my life. I needed to experience that in order to find my motivation to do something else. Otherwise, I didn't know that jobs could suck so bad and I would be so unhappy. So that was my why, and that got me through college. And to this day, that still gets me through. I always just think of, well, if I'm not doing this, think of the jobs that I've worked in the past that sucked, that I didn't like, and I think of that as my alternative. So our fear-based whys can actually be incredible motivators, because we know that if we give up in that moment, that we're going to have to fall back to something that is probably going to be a lot harder than just pushing through and getting to where you need to get in your business. So maybe for you, that fear-based why is working a job that you hate, or maybe it's feeling like you need to be in control of your own schedule. The alternative of having people just tell you what you're doing when you're doing it all the time, that can be really challenging and imprisoning for some people. Or maybe your fear-based why is that you don't want to keep missing out on life anymore. You want to have more flexibility and more freedom in your schedule and in what you're doing with your life. Whatever your fear-based why is, I want you to think of it right now and get really clear on it. Hold on to that and remember exactly what that alternative is in that moment. And when things get really hard, just go there and weigh the pros and cons of, is what I'm doing now harder than the alternative, than my fear-based why? But the dream-based whys are really where it's at. I love tapping into my dream-based whys because I'm really good at daydreaming. I'm really good at envisioning everything that I want and my goals and what I'm doing it for. And that's exactly what the dream-based whys are. We have a big vision for our future and we believe in ourselves enough to pursue it by all means. So maybe you see yourself helping hundreds, thousands of people. Maybe you see yourself traveling the world. Or maybe, that dream is just Like I said, about having some flexibility in your schedule where you can just go on trips or go out for lunch in the middle of the week and not have to worry about accommodating other people's schedules. I know I see myself when I'm tapping into my dream-based why, I see myself empowering thousands of people and making a difference and helping people step into their power. And that for me is so easy to tap into because I see the real differences I can make in the world. And I think if we focus our dreams on how we can be of service, it's actually going to help us attract and multiply the things that we're doing. I think a lot of mistakes that sometimes entrepreneurs make is they get into their field for the money. They want to make X amount of money and they just focus on how they can scale, grow, and get bigger that way. But I really do think if we focus on how we can be of service instead and find a way that we can help the world and make a difference, I think that we can grow so much faster and make way more of an impact than just going after money. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that you're going to be broke if you're being of service. If you have a genuine thing that you can do to help people, I think that you can absolutely make great money while you're doing it as well. So these dream-based whys, they can also get us through. And if you're someone who really needs to close your eyes sometimes and just visualize what you need to visualize to get through, then go for it, whatever you need to do. But visualization is really powerful. For me, that's my favorite tool when I'm going to bed at night and I'm needing clarity or I'm just needing that reminder of what I'm doing. I close my eyes and I focus on all my dream-based whys. I never put too much attention on the fear-based whys, only when things are really hard and I'm just like, is this harder or is that harder? And it always comes down to, no, I gotta see this through. I'm not going back to doing those jobs that I hated. But when you're really wanting to manifest and just feel good and about what it is that you're doing, close your eyes, visualize your dream-based why, and just live there for a bit because it feels good. And the more that you allow all of that to flow through you, the more you can change your frequency and really step into that higher version of yourself. So I hope you liked looking at these two different whys, and I really hope that they can help you get through those moments that we all go through as entrepreneurs. And I hope you can just know that you're really not alone. I believe in you, and I really hope that this helped you on your journey. I'd love to know what your whys are. Please reach out to me on social media at The Empoweredpreneur. Let's have a conversation. I'm so happy to connect with you. And also, if you like this podcast, please just give me a review, give me a like on whatever platform you're listening on. I'm grateful you found me and I'm happy to be here. This is just the beginning for us. I'll see you again soon.